Yes, we're ready for our next lesson, and I have my niece and my nephew here to help. What's your name?
Hazel.
How old are you, Hazel?
4.
Nice. And what's your name?
Sam.
And how old are you?
4.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to read a book called The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. What?
It's funny.
For Beatrice Bottomwell, Friday began like any other day.
We're gonna send it to you.
We gotta listen to the book. This is going to my students, okay? She matched her socks, and of course she put her shoes on her proper feet. She remembered to feed her hamster, Humbert, his favorite food, broccoli. And when she made a sandwich for her brother Carl's lunch, she used exactly the same amount as peanut butter and jelly. When she stepped outside to greet her fans, she didn't forget to say good morning and thank you. They asked if she had made her bed. She had. They asked if she forgot to do her math homework. Nope. What about tonight's talent show, they asked. I'm ready, said Beatrice with a smile. After all, her juggling act had won 3 years in a row. Most people in town don't even know Beatrice's name. They just called her the girl who never makes mistakes. Because for as long as anyone can remember, she never did. Unlike Beatrice, Carl made a lot of mistakes. He ate his crayons, he drew with his green beans, he danced with his hands and played the piano with his feet. Carl loved to make mistakes. Hazel, speak back. Thank you. At school, Beatrice was on a cooking team with her 2 best friends, Millie and Sarah. They made their giant rhubarb muffins. They needed 4 eggs. Beatrice went to the refrigerator and carefully chose the biggest, eggiest egg she could find. But on the way back, her legs slipped out from under her. The eggs went flying. Beatrice was about to make her first mistake. But she didn't. That was close, thought Beatrice. Sorry, Beatrice, I dropped a piece of rhubarb. Don't worry about it, Millie. Look, she has an egg in her mouth. You see how she caught all the eggs before they hit the floor? For the rest of the school day, Beatrice could not stop thinking about her almost mistake. On her way home from school, Beatrice watched Millie and Sarah ice skating in the park. Come join us, Millie. It's fun, said Sarah. Beatrice watched them slip and slide on the frozen pond. Millie and Sarah laughed as they wobbled on the ice. No thanks, said Beatrice. At supper, Beatrice barely touched her food. Is everything all right, kiddo? Asked her father. I'm worried I'll mess up tonight, said Beatrice, and everyone will be watching. Worry? You don't make mistakes, he said with a smile. Beatrice tried to smile, too. Do you ever make mistakes? Never? Never made a mistake? Okay.
Not me either.
Huh. After supper, Beatrice got ready for the talent show. First, she woke Humbert up from his nap. Next, she got the salt shaker from the kitchen table. Finally, she filled a balloon with water. What is she going to do with her hamster, with a salt shaker, and with a balloon of water? The school auditorium was packed. Beatrice felt her stomach jumping inside her. Beatrice waited for her juggling music to begin. That's her! That's the girl who never makes mistakes, said a woman. Oh, I know she'll be perfect, said a man. When the music started, she tossed Humbert into the air, then she added the salt shaker, and finally the water balloon.
That's Humbert.
Humbert is tossed in the air. Look at him. He's wearing a little hat and a cape.
That's not. That's hamster.
Yeah, it's a hamster. Humbert the hamster. Beatrice didn't miss a beat. The crowd clapped with delight, but Beatrice noticed something odd about the salt shaker. The specks falling out of it weren't white. Achoo! What was in that shaker? It wasn't salt. What was it?
Pepper.
Pepper, yeah. It made her sneeze. Or it made Humbert sneeze. Humbert was so surprised by his sneeze that he grabbed the water balloon with his claws. Humbert, pieces of water balloon, and the pepper rained down on Beatrice.
Where's the balloon?
For the first time, as long as anyone could remember, Beatrice made a mistake, and it was a big one. The music stopped. Beatrice didn't know what to do. Cry? Run off stage? The crowd sat stunned. They couldn't believe that the girl who never made mistakes made a mistake.
But the first time she almost.
She almost made a mistake, and then she made a mistake while she was on stage. But it's okay, right? Beatrice looked up at Humbert. He looked back at her. His hamster fur was soaked and speckled with bits of balloon. Beatrice let out a giggle. The giggle grew into a chuckle, the chuckle into a laugh. The people in the crowd looked at each other and then back at Beatrice. They began to giggle, then chuckle, then finally roar with laughter. Beatrice and the audience laughed until they couldn't remember why they were laughing. That night, Beatrice slept better than she ever had. In the morning, no fans greeted Beatrice. When she got dressed, Beatrice, for no reason at all, put a polka dot sock on one foot and a plaid sock on the other.
Where's the flower one?
Polka dot.
Where's the flower?
Beatrice and Carl made sandwiches. This time they put the peanut butter and jelly on the outside. They called it an inside-out PB&J. Lunch was messy and delicious. Later, Beatrice found Millie and Sarah skating in the park. They fell a lot and laughed. Now people no longer called her the girl who never makes mistakes. They just called her Beatrice. Okay, so for our project, we're gonna do some things that sometimes people get stressed out about doing because they're not sure if it's gonna be
Now
perfect.
are you gonna press that?
Not yet, because they're not sure if it's gonna be perfect. So we're gonna practice drawing things that we see. But is it okay to make mistakes?
No.
Yeah, it's okay to make mistakes. Like sometimes when you're learning to write your name, do you write all the letters perfect the first time? You gotta practice, right? Is your name perfect every time you write it? No, we gotta practice these things. So we're gonna practice drawing, and we're gonna get better at it, but it's not gonna be perfect. We're gonna make some mistakes, right?
And that's okay.
Yeah, exactly, Dale, and that's
Look
okay.
at the part of my name.
Yeah, so there's Hazel's name.
No,
It's
part
not-
of my name.
It's not perfect,
No.
but she practiced, right?
No, it is perfect.
Okay. This one's pretty great.